Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. All I got from that, if you guys who are watching the video, is that Kim Kardashian looks good. That's all I got to say. Like, Kim Kardashian is aging nicely. What up? It's your boy, Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's my favorite day of the week. It's Friday morning. I hope you guys are doing well and ready for the weekend. But before you leave, I got a good show set up for y'all this morning. All right, I got 4 lead stories for you guys today. First of all, we're going to talk about Michael Rubin apologizing for the comments he made to the Black community. I told you guys on yesterday's show, I did not like those comments. And now today, Michael Rubin is backtracking on those comments and apologizing. In our second lead story, we're going to talk about a New York couple charging their guests $333 to come to their wedding, and only 60 out of the 350 people showed up. In our third lead story, we're going to talk about Jordan Chiles breaking her silence after being stripped of her bronze medal from the Paris Olympics. Then in our fourth and our final lead story, we're going to talk about multiple people being arrested in connection with the death of Friends actor Matthew Perry. Stay tuned for that. Then we're going to jump over to quick news. We're going to talk about Usher telling us why he postponed his show yesterday. Then we're going to talk about a Detroit mother whose teen was handcuffed. I told you guys about that story yesterday. Then we're going to talk about the judge being penalized for locking up that teen. Well, not locking her up, but putting her in handcuffs. Then we're going to talk about Tim Walz and JD Vance, Kim Kardashian, and a couple that had got robbed after winning $3,000 from the casino. A lot going on in quick news. Then we got question of the day. And of course, as always, we're going to close out with a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Michael Rubin apologizes for his black hate on hate remarks. He said, "It's not my place to speak on black culture. My bad." All right. There's no audio. Michael Rubin apologized on Twitter. To me, it seems more like his PR team or his publicist apologized. Anyways, here is what he said. "I got a phone call from one of the people I have the most respect for in the world, and they told me while they appreciated my intent, it was not my place to speak on black culture. I get it and really appreciate the input. My intent was to say how important it is that we need to uplift each other, stop hating on each other, and push each other to win, and always root for each other's success. My bad, much love, and appreciate the feedback." All right, so we all know where I think this was coming from, because Meek put out a tweet a couple of hours after Michael Rubin put out his tweet, and this is what he said. "Rubin shouldn't be saying that type of stuff out loud. A black man's supposed to, but nobody's saying it. It's like we only collab on songs, women, and parties. He be hearing my friends getting murdered, like, why Meek? I can't explain it to him in a sensible way." Whenever Meek Mills tweets, it's always weird. He goes on to talk about a video that they posted 5 years ago. He said, "Y'all let somebody paid promo video of me hopping around for 5 years, and it was over a silly bet. I'm a real Don from the trenches. I'm really a top tier black man that gets respect in rooms with many wealthy people. Blah, 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 blah." All right, so they're making it seem is that Meek Mills called out Michael Rubin and was like, "Yo, this is not your place to talk." I don't believe that. I actually think it was all the blogs and the commentary and people like me getting on their podcast being like, "Yo, I really don't appreciate this message coming from somebody who's not of the culture," because you cannot comment about black culture when you don't truly understand the roots of the issues that we have in the black culture. For more on that, you could check out episode, I think it's 308. I think this is episode 309, but 308. I go into detail about, why I didn't like his comments. I didn't necessarily drag him and be like, "Yo, let's cancel him." He didn't say anything wrong or anything that I necessarily agree with, because I too do not like black on black hate. But me as a black man, I could say that about my culture. Whereas, for example, I wouldn't go on a Jewish podcast and say, "Hey, you know what I don't like about Jewish culture? It's not my place because I don't understand it," right? So anyways, Um, I'm not really here to say if I accept his apology or not. That's not really where I'm at in my head right now. I'm still kind of bothered why he felt comfortable to speak on that. Knowing Charlemagne like how I know he definitely always likes to trip people up. And I don't know if he asked that question knowing that this will be a viral moment. And knowing Charlemagne, he's very smart and he uses his platform wisely. So I think he probably tried to trip him up. Mike Rubin should have been smart enough to be like, yo, Charlemagne, easy, buddy. I ain't answering that question, right? Because he made the comment and then Charlemagne said, yo, speak on it, elaborate. And then he just kept on going further into it, right? But Char does that all the time. You got to be careful when you're on the Breakfast Club. Everybody knows that. So anyways, like I said, neither here nor there. I've never been the biggest Michael Rubin fan. Anyways, I don't really know that much about him. He seems like a decent guy. I don't know much about him anyways. But I don't know. This comment kind of rubbed me the wrong way. We will see the repercussions of this. He always has his white party. I think it's for, is it for Labor Day? Yeah, I think it's for, no, sorry, not Labor Day. He has it for 4th of July, right? Independence Day. We'll see what comes of this. We'll see if there's a little more backlash from the hip hop or black community. I think even Schoolboy Q came out and said some stuff that he didn't like. He said that he didn't like it either. We'll see where this lands. Will people forget about it? We'll see. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of his comments, what you think about his apology. Send me an email, trenoutloud@cfqr600.com. All right, this is a wild story. I really want to know what you guys think about this. In our second lead story, a New York black couple charged their wedding guests $333 each in effort to save money. 60 of the 350 guests showed up. Okay, I don't know why they had to call out the fact that they were a black couple. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But anyways, here's the story. To cut down on spending, newlyweds Nova and Romo Styles got creative, thinking of their nuptials like a concert and charging guests to attend their celebration. They go on with some back and forth, and then they come and they say, some people did come, but there was also pushbacks. The tickets were priced at $333 a piece, earning guests a seat on their double-decker bus and a 12-hour adventure in New York City. Their strategy spared them $70,000 in wedding expenses. When friends and family saw the required fee on their invitation, more than 80% of them declined the invite, and just 60 individuals of their 350 people on the guest list booked and bought tickets. I don't know how they ended up saving the $70,000 if only 60 people came. I think it's more to say that if they all would have come, they would have saved the $70,000. So I'm just going to venture out here and guess that they lost money. Anyways, I want to throw this in here. A lot of people are commenting about it on Instagram, on TikTok, and everywhere. Before you guys comment, I guess I'll give my views on it. Look, weddings have been commercialized, right? But really the origin of a wedding is you choose a day to join in holy matrimony with somebody who you love to spend the rest of your life with. And you're supposed to, at that point, invite your loved ones, friends, and family to kind of like celebrate and usher this moment in for your future, right? And while, yes, there's an expense, it still is your expense. And I don't find it fair to charge your guests a fee to enter. My sister lost money on her wedding. She had a big wedding. Not everybody gave gifts or gave money or whatever, but she doesn't regret any second of her wedding because she put the wedding on that she wanted, that she's always dreamed of. So that was her day. And I think that's how is the right way to look at it. Like the money that you get as gifts, it's a bonus, right? But you got to put on something that you know that you can afford and be prepared for people to come with nothing. You know what I mean? And if somebody gives you a toaster, you got to just be happy with that. If somebody comes and says, hey, we're a party of 6, we're going to make sure to cover the food, the drinks, whatever. We're going to give you guys $250 each. If there's some closer people in your family that are going to be like, yo, this is my niece or this is my goddaughter or whatever, and we're going to give you $5,000. At the end, you want to hope that you kind of break even or it's not so expensive. But my answer is I think it is completely wrong to look at it like a concert or to look at it like you're charging your guests to attend. You're not doing something for your guests, and I think that's the mistake. This is not a performance for your guests. This is a day for you, for yourself. You got to put on what you want to, and the people are there to support you in your day. Let me know what you guys think. Send me an email, trinoutloud@cfqr600.com. Comment below and send me a DM at any of my social handles at trinoutloud. All right, in our third lead story, Jordan Chiles breaks her silence following the decision to be stripped of her bronze medal. Jordan Chiles breaks her silence and says the decision to strip her bronze medals feels unjust and comes as a significant blow, not to just me, but to everybody who was championing my journey. I do have I think an official post of hers here. Hold on, let me find this. Yes, here it is. All right, so Jordan put this on her Instagram and she said, I am overwhelmed by the love I have received over the past few days. I am also incredibly grateful to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, USAG, and the USOPC for their unwavering support during this difficult time. While celebrating my Olympic accomplishments, I heard the devastating news that my bronze medal has been stripped away. I have confidence in the appeal brought by the USAG, who's given conclusive evidence that my score followed all the rules. This appeal was unsuccessful. I have no words. This decision feels unjust and comes as a significant blow, not just to me, but to everyone who has championed my journey. To add to the heartbreak, the unprompted, racially driven attacks on social media are wrong and extremely hurtful. I poured my heart and soul into the sport, and I am proud to represent my culture and my country. I'll never waver from my values of competing with integrity, striving for excellence, upholding the values of sportsmanship, and the rules that dictate fairness. I have taken pride in cheering on everyone regardless of team or country. Finding joy has been a culture shift, and I love seeing others embrace it. I feel I have given everyone permission to be authentic to who they are. I am now confronted with one of the most challenging moments in my career. Believe me when I say I have had many. I will approach this challenge as I have many others. I will make every effort to ensure that justice is done. I believe that at the end of this journey, the people in control will do the right thing. I really thought that comment, her post was very professional. It was very Jordan Chiles-like. I mean, I don't know her that well. I don't think a bunch of people know her that well, like how we know Simone Biles. But from what I have learned about her over this past Olympics, I really, really like Jordan. I'm a little biased because I think she's really hot and I really like her. But definitely shout out to Jordan. She is very, very professional. She took some time away from social media for her own mental health. She came back with this post. I really like her, and I'm in full support of her. You guys know I have talked about her on my podcast at least 3 or 4 times. I think this medal being stripped from her was really unjust. They have video evidence that shows that they submitted the appeal within 47 seconds, but over a technicality that you cannot appeal because it was 3 times. I know it's confusing. I won't get into it, but that technicality is really crazy. So I think the USAG is going to like Switzerland to appeal it, and I'll keep you guys up to date on this. And I'm also too confident that they will get her bronze medal back. All right, in our fourth and our final lead story, multiple people reportedly arrested in connection to the death of Friends actor Matthew Perry. This is weird. I don't understand how this is coming up all this time later. Multiple people have reportedly been arrested in connection with the death of Friends star Matthew Perry, the actor who passed away October 28th in 2023, almost a year ago. According to TMZ, multiple arrests have been made in the investigation into the death of the 54-year-old actor. The outlets reportedly received an exclusive update from law enforcement sources. Furthermore, the sources explained that multiple law enforcement agencies executed search warrants, which led to the seizure of computers, phones, and etc. The thing ends there. Got to go to TMZ if you want to hear about that. But I thought this story was, interesting. I'm sure a lot of you want to know about this. Matthew Perry was beloved, the beloved actor on Friends. What was his name on Friends? I never actually really watched Friends. I think it was Chandler or something like that. But anyways, like I never watched Friends, but I still definitely know Matthew Perry. I know he's a good dude, and his death was shocking to a lot of people. If I remember correctly, he was found dead in his jacuzzi, an apparent drowning in his jacuzzi. And I do remember people saying like they thought it was really weird and that, he was on drugs and maybe he kind of like slid in the jacuzzi, kind of like how like Whitney Houston passed away, where she passed away in the tub, but we know that she was high and that's how she probably slipped under. But now the fact that there's multiple people being arrested and computer and seizure, it doesn't seem to me like, it was like a drug dealer that sold him drugs. This seems like it could maybe possibly be a murder. I'm not saying that's what this is, but when you have like computers being seized and an investigation and multiple people, it seems like there could be some foul play that's going on. I'll definitely keep you guys up to date on this as more comes with the story, but I just want to let you guys know that people have been arrested for the killing death of Friends actor Matthew Perry. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Usher update. All right, we talked about this yesterday about Usher canceling his show Wednesday night. Here is an update from Usher. Actually, hold on. So he canceled his show Wednesday night, and he said, "Hey guys, I need some rest." Everybody went viral. It was, oh my gosh, what's wrong with Usher? Whatever, blah blah. Some people were mad. Even I said yesterday, like, yo, how are you going to cancel a couple of hours before? I feel bad for the people flying in, got babysitters, did their hair, whatever, etc. And now Usher yesterday put out this release, which sounds a little bit suspect to me, but I'll read it to you and I'll tell you why I find it a little suspect after. So Usher reveals that he has suffered a neck injury during rehearsal. Earlier this week, I suffered an injury to my neck while rehearsing to provide my fans the greatest Usher show of all times. My hope is that my physical therapy and medical treatment, I would be able to overcome the injury and be ready for opening night. Unfortunately, the injury has not healed yet, and my doctor has instructed me not to perform any shows this week. The good news is that the doctors are saying that with appropriate rest and treatment, I should be ready to commence the tour in Washington August the 20th. I love my fans. Thank you for understanding that this injury must be healed so that it can give you a 100% excellent show, etc., etc., etc. Okay. And then he posted the other dates when they will be, the Atlanta dates that will be updated. Now, what I find a little bit weird about this, and I love Usher. You guys know, like no Usher hate whatsoever. But why not tell us this yesterday? Why not come out with a press release and be like, yo, I injured my neck. I can't come out. We're going to reschedule the dates. I'll let you guys know the new dates as soon as I can. Why come out and say, hey, yo, guys, I just need to take it sounded as if just a mental break. Like I need to rest. Like I'm just not ready. I even heard Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club saying, hey, I'm with him. If you need a mental break, pushing through stress or whatever, blah, blah. And that's what everybody was assuming. But now you come out and say it's an injury. I just find that a little bit weird. Normally, if somebody is injured, it's like, hey, yo, I broke my ankle. Hey, I broke my neck. So I don't like to talk bad about anybody regardless, but especially Usher, like it's one of my favorite artists of all time. But I have to call a spade a spade. It just sounds a little bit weird that you say you need to have some rest, and it sounds kind of like a mental health thing, just like I need a break. And then there's some backlash, and then you come out and say, yo, I have a neck injury. I don't know. Also, to what I did here on the Breakfast Club yesterday is that Usher has been known to be one of the most reliable artists in the industry over the past 30 years, never cancels, always shows up, everything, blah, 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 right? Like nobody has anything bad to say about Usher when it comes to that. He's a consummate professional. So that also too just makes it seem even weird, because if you're that much of a professional and you got injured, why not just say you got injured. Anyways, I've talked about this enough. It's quick news. I'm not supposed to be going this depth in quick news. So let's go on to our second quick story. All right, in our second quick story, another follow-up story from yesterday. Mother of the Detroit teen handcuffed for sleeping in a courtroom speaks out, says it was due to the teen not having a permanent home. According to Detroit Free Press, the mother of the teen placed in handcuffs and a jail jumpsuit for sleeping in a courtroom provided reasoning as to why her daughter Eva was so tired. Eva's mother, Latoya Till, explained that their family doesn't have a permanent home, causing Eva to be tired after a late night. We have to bounce around currently because we do not have a permanent address. And so that particular night, we were out kind of late. And usually when she goes to work, she's up and planting trees or something, being active. Ava, who works with the nonprofit, was not only escorted out, but she remained outside the courtroom for 2 hours before Judge King brought her back and criticized her, even asking her peers if she should be jailed. Although King defended his actions as a deterrent, Till believes her daughter, a good and responsible teen, didn't deserve such treatment. The family now is consulting with a lawyer. All right, I spoke about this story yesterday. Wasn't really big in the news. I'm not saying I broke the story or anything, but I did tell you guys about this before it became big national news. But I told you guys yesterday, like, if this lawyer did this to my child, it would be a problem. You would definitely hear from me. And 100%, I'm really happy that this mother is consulting a lawyer. Like, if your kid is sleeping in a courtroom, and by the way, just for those who didn't see the episode yesterday, just to be clear, they were on a program to learn more about the justice system with this nonprofit. I don't remember the name of the nonprofit, but they were just going in there as a classroom kind of field trip. She wasn't in court. She was not there. She wasn't charged with anything. She was only in the courtroom as a field trip to learn more about the law. And she fell asleep. And this judge was like, "Who are you to be sleeping in my courtroom?" Put her outside the courtroom. And then when she gave a little bit of attitude, he put her in handcuffs and a jail suit, kind of like the Scared Straight show. But again, like I said, this was not Scared Straight. Anyways, actually in our third quick story, I'm gonna tell you about the judge that actually got reprimanded and now he is off the bench. So let's just jump over to the third quick story. Judge Kenneth King temporarily removed from hearing cases after forcing teen to wear handcuffs and a jail uniform. Judge Kenneth King will not be hearing any more cases at the moment. According to NY Times, he's been temporarily removed from the bench after he forced a teen to wear handcuffs and a jail uniform for falling asleep in his courtroom during a field trip. The chief judge of the 36th District Court says King will be required to undergo necessary training to address the underlying issues that contributed to this incident. He added that the court remains deeply committed to providing access to justice in an environment free from intimidation or disrespect. The action of Judge King on August the 13th did not reflect this commitment. I'm so happy. Take him off the bench. I think you should kick him out. He should be fired. And that woman and her child should be awarded some money. That kid is traumatized. She needs therapy. She needs a new house. She needs a Porsche. She needs some new clothes. She needs a vacation. She needs a lot, man. Award that child a couple of $1 million, man. The New York City court system, y'all got it. This is just crazy, man. Teach that judge a lesson. These judges think they're so powerful. I mean, I know they are powerful, but they think they're like above the law sometimes. And it's like, this story made me so mad yesterday. As a kid on a field trip, you're going to put her in handcuffs and a jumpsuit? You gotta be kidding me, man. All right, in our fourth quick story, Walz and JD Vance agrees to vice presidential debate in October. All right, y'all, it looks like there will be another showdown and it is set in stone. While folks prepare to see Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump battle it out next month, they can also look forward to seeing their running mates, Walz and JD Vance, debate October the 1st. According to AP News on Wednesday, CBS News extended an invite to both Walz and Vance to debate September the 17th or the 24th or the 1st of October or the 8th. Walz responded to the invite via his campaign account on X saying, "I'll see y'all October the 1st." Vance accepted the October the 1st invitation, but also challenged Walz to meet him earlier on September the 18th on CNN. The Kamala Harris-Walz campaign has not announced if Walz will participate in the suggested earlier debate. All right. I heard JD Vance says he wants to debate him 3 or 4 times. We don't need this much debating between the VPs. We want to see Kamala Harris. We want to see Donald Trump. That's who we want to see debating, not these two dudes who are second place runner-up candidates, yo. I do want to see them debate, but normally you see the VPs debate once. We don't need to see all of that. I just want to see Trump and Harris debate. I've told you guys that a million times. I am literally probably going to have a debate watch party. I'm going to have popcorn. I'm ordering pizza. We getting wings, poutine, everything, yo. That I'm taking a whole day off, man. Well, except from, I can't take the day off because I'm going to have to come and talk about it with you guys actually. But yo, anyways, can't wait to look forward to all these presidential debates, even the VP debate. So shout out to Tim Walz and JD Vance for making this happen. I'm happy. All right, in our 5th quick story, Kim Kardashian says her kids are ready for her to date and they make a suggestion list. Kim Kardashian shares that she is currently single. However, she says her children are ready for her to date. She says they try to set her up and make a list of men they would like to see her date, including basketball players, soccer players, and streamers. I have a little clip of Kim Kardashian. Take a listen.
What's going on with the love scene? Are you seeing anyone?
No.
You're not? Single?
No. My kids. It's so funny because my kids try to set me up like they're ready now, and I'm not. Saint wants me to be with any basketball player or soccer player, and I'm like, if you only knew.
All I got from that, if you guys who are watching the video, is that Kim Kardashian looks good. That's all I got to say. Kim Kardashian is aging nicely. For those of you who did not see the video, you guys are listening to this on CFQR 600 or listening to this on podcast platforms. Go to Spotify, go to YouTube, watch that clip. Yo, Kim is looking fine. All right, our 6th and our final quick story. Couple wins jackpot at Tampa Casino before they're followed, shot, and robbed. All right, here's the article. A fun night at the casino turned into a complete nightmare for a couple in Tampa. After winning a jackpot at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the couple was followed home by men who intended to rob and harm them. Surveillance footage from the casino allegedly shows one suspect on his phone while trailing the couple into the parking lot before getting into a Hyundai Sonata that followed the victims to their home. According to Fox 13, a doorbell camera footage captured the moment the victims arrived at their residence just before 2 men rushed the door and opened fire. The woman was shot in the calf and the man sustained gunshot wounds to both legs. The suspect stole a watch and the woman's purse. Further details regarding their injuries were not available at the time. This is nuts. I have a little clip of the video from the doorbell ring camera. Take a listen.
These are the terrifying moments when a couple was ambushed in their own driveway, both of them shot by masked men demanding money. Val De La Cruz, who was shot in both legs, pleading with the suspect, standing over him with 2 guns.
This is ridiculous, man. For $3,000, yo, whenever you guys have money on you, that's why I don't carry no money. I don't even have $5 cash on me, trust. If you ever have cash on you, if you're ever leaving the casino, you ever doing anything like that, yo, watch your rear view mirror when you're on your way home, man. I do not trust nobody. Anyways, this is just an unfortunate scenario. But first of all, yo, take anyways, don't walk around with cash, all right? I don't have enough time to go into it, but don't walk around with cash. Be careful out there. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Is there an insect or animal whose purpose you question? All right, Tamika Foster said roaches, Palamo bugs, water bugs. That whole family is just questionable. Miss Red Liz said JD Vance. Okay, that's so rough. That's funny. Somebody says roaches because what other animal eats those? What is their purpose? That's true. Well, what animal eats? I'm sure there's got to be some animal. I think a praying mantis eats roaches. I don't know if that's really their only prey, but I know they do. I've seen it before. Wasps. Somebody said wasp, literally no purpose but to be angry. LA Last World said all of them, especially mosquitoes and water bugs. What is a water bug? I gotta Google what a water bug is. Another person said mosquitoes. Somebody said them flying water bugs. Garlo82 said Candace Owens. I knew there'd be some celebrities in here. Somebody said mosquitoes, flies, whatever, blah, blah. They be always flying around and being people's business. Another person said roaches. Unique King 305 said mice and rats. I cannot stand mice and rats. Like, I have a phobia of mice. They literally freak me out because when I was broke, every apartment I lived in, I lived with mice, and I literally just developed a phobia. It was like almost close to around 10 years straight. I lived with mice, man, and I can't get over it right now. Everywhere I look, I see a mice almost like every day in my head because I've been infested. I've lived in places that were infested with mice. Anyways, somebody else said snakes because what the actual hell? I feel like snakes do serve a purpose. I just don't know what. What else? Somebody said flying roaches. I think the unanimous decision is roaches. Do you guys know that roaches and rats would be the only two animals that will survive a nuclear bomb? I'm pretty sure. Mosquitoes, because somebody said absolutely no reason. Ticks, fleas, and bugs, roaches, centipedes. Oh, yeah, centipedes. There's got to be a reason. That's how the world works, man. Somebody says guinea pigs and hamsters. I call pointless pets. Most insects, bugs, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I don't really have all the time. Sloths. Somebody said fire, sloths, and Diddy. Wow, that's rough. Somebody really called out Diddy. Anyways, send me your answers to this question. I don't have much time to read the rest of them. Send me your answers. What insects and bugs do you feel show no purpose on this earth? Send me an email, trenoutloud@cfqr600.com. Comment below. Send me a DM at trenoutloud. All right, this brings us to sports news. Robert Griffin III reacts to being fired from ESPN. Robert Griffin III is currently without a job, as reports indicate that the former Heisman Trophy winner quarterback has been let go from his position at ESPN, even though he had a few years left on his contract. The news was reported by the Athletics on Thursday, but no specific reason was provided for Griffin's departure from ESPN. This unexpected decision has left many to wonder about the circumstances surrounding it. RG3 responded to the news in his signature style, referring to a classic movie Friday to convey his feelings about the situation. RG3 has become a prominent figure at ESPN, earning praise for his analysts on Monday Night Countdown and his coverage of college football. In addition to his analytic role, he also called games for the network and made multiple appearances on shows like Get Up and First Take, contributing to his strong presence on the sports broadcast. I don't know really the reason behind this. What's his name? Cameron and Mace put this on their Instagram, and they said after that croissant pause, ESPN said enough was enough. And then I see all like at the bottom of all like people's comments, there's a GIF with him biting some croissant. So I don't know really what is gone on. I don't really know about that whole croissant thing. Maybe he did something that the network didn't like, and he's maybe kind of really like pushed his luck. If any of you know what this whole croissant thing is that he did that's kind of suspect and having Cam and Mace pause it, you guys let me know. It could be that. People are saying Stephen A. Smith new contract, which I think is $125 million. They're saying that they don't have enough money to pay for RG3, which I don't think that really is the case, but it could be. I don't know. This just broke last night. There's not that much other news surrounding this. So if you guys know, let me know. Anyways, I got to wrap up this show. Before I go, I just got to remind you guys of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. If you're used to watching this show on YouTube or listening to it on podcast platforms, please try to check me out on CFQR600.com from any device anywhere in the world. You could just log on. You press that live button from 11 to 12 on weekdays. You will hear the Trent Out Loud podcast. We do play this podcast and we mix it in with 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great way to listen to the podcast and just take a break throughout your days. You can hear your pop culture and your entertainment news while listening to your favorite 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. Trust me, check us out. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the show on CFQR 600 and you can't always catch the podcast from 11 to 12, don't worry. We upload every episode on YouTube and podcast platforms. Just go to your desired site, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload new shows, and we do upload daily. Lastly, if you're like me and like to watch your podcast, Spotify does support video now, and it's a better way to watch video because when you're on your phone and you want to go into other apps, the video stays up in the corner and the podcast keeps playing. We're on YouTube. As soon as you leave the app, then the video stops. So for my video watchers out there, check me out on Spotify. And lastly, you can stay up to date with me on Instagram or any social platform at Trent Out Loud, or the production company Exclusivity Media. That's where we upload all the videos that we play in short here on YouTube or on CFQR600.com. They're in full on Exclusivity Media on Instagram. Thank you so much for kicking with me all week. For those of you who didn't catch every episode, like I just said, go to the YouTube page, go to podcast platforms over your weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and make sure you get caught up with all the episodes throughout the week. We had some really good stories this week, but I do thank you guys for checking out any episode that you can. Thank you very much for the support. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and I will see y'all on Monday. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace! For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. Once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.